Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. Yeah, Solana wonderfully follows here the projections, the forecast. Yeah, we are on track to making a lower low here compared to the wave 3. Yesterday, as indicated, we came down to that level. We haven't broken it yet. That is still the expectation that we break this wave 3 low from the 12th of May. This was at $35.30. Yesterday we got down to $35.62. So you can pretty much see it as reached. And technically, yeah, so what do we expect here? We expect actually to finish off the correction here at some point, yeah, to the downside. We would expect that the correction will be finished currently when we see this wave 5 low. This is what we can expect technically with a high likelihood. Now, that wave 5 low, what we want to do, we need to make a lower low compared to the wave 3. Yeah, so in a wave 5, you should come down lower than the wave 3. However, in these volatile markets, it is, I think, acceptable. We could even technically say the low is in. Yeah, could be in. And I wouldn't have a headache to move up from here. You know, what we want to do always when we have these corrections, we want to finish them off properly. That means there are certain rules, and in a wave 5 you should come down lower than the wave 3. But because it has come down so close, yeah, only a few cents, and on some exchanges we might have actually come below it, you can technically say, all right, if the price now started to form an impulsive wave up, I wouldn't have any problems. Yeah, so there is just a message here to give. However, what we want to see when we hit this wave 5 low, we want to see a bullish signal. And I mentioned it yesterday in the video. What we want to see is, as soon as this happens, a strong, maybe, you know, a strong engulfing green candle, followed by a 5-wave move up, yeah, on a lower time frame. Because as soon as you see a 5-wave move to the upside, it will indicate that the trend has changed. Now we can see, as you can see labeled here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down. This means the higher level trend goes down. As soon as you go with a 5-wave move up, it indicates that the higher level trend, the trend of the next higher degree, has shifted back to the upside. And that is exactly what we're looking for. We want to see that 5-wave move to the upside, ideally followed by a corrective wave down, because every impulsive wave that goes into the trend direction is followed by a corrective move. So this is what we're going to look for. We are really getting into interesting territory now for Solana, because as soon as you drop below it, and maybe even already, that the correction could be in, yeah. So this played out wonderfully, yeah, this projection from the peak here when we said, right, the wave 4 is probably finished here around $60, that we then moved down. I even had a call, you know, I offer these Zoom calls for some, you know, anybody who's interested on my website. And I had a Zoom call with someone, and I hope they did it, where we said, all right, from the low here at Solana, when the fear was very low, when the fear was very high, we could go up, yeah, because they wanted to get out of Solana. So we could go up. Where would the price probably go to? Where could we exit our Solana position before it will drop further? And we explored sort of this range here around $55. And I think that was spot on. Exit here, yeah, and then buy back lower or shift into Bitcoin. Don't know if they did that, but just the message here that, you know, this adhered very well to our Elliott wave projection here. So, which is fantastic, which just gives me, again, a lot of confidence that we are riding the right wave count here at the moment. And that means that we could, yeah, with a high likelihood actually see still a lower low, even though it could be in technically. What is important to say is that the higher level wave, yeah, this higher level wave target was reached anyway. We talked about this area between 29 or between $30 and $55 for a long time now. This is between the 88.7% FIB level and the 78.6% FIB level. This is the area where all of the altcoins that I cover really came into. This was the target area really for many, many months now, and we've come into it. So from a higher level point of view, the correction target has been finished or has been reached. And even here from a lower time frame point of view, we could even say it's finished now. It would just be a double bottom basically, right? And this is fine. However, primarily I would still expect we see a lower low, and the reason for that is because we haven't seen any higher highs yet. Yeah, we want to break the descending structure, and we want to make a higher high here compared to $48.50. That would be the first signal that the trend might be changing. And if we then at the same time see a 5-wave move to the upside, that would then be a good indication that the trend is shifting. And therefore you have to make the decision for yourself. Do you wait for confirmation? But when you wait for confirmation, we've already made maybe another 10-20% to the upside. Or do you just buy when you think it has bottomed out? And that is just the difficult decision every trader, investor needs to make. What I can tell you here very clearly, there is a good chance that we drop lower, because we haven't seen that strong reaction yet. We're technically still in a downtrend. We're still making lower lows and lower highs. And we've even seen here yesterday the daily candle closed as an engulfing red candle. Now, next critical support, and I wouldn't be surprised if we actually see this, is here of this channel, obviously the support level that is at around $33. And below that, we've got the 88.7% fib level at around $29.30. So these are two key levels. And if you break these, I think then we're going to fall quite deep. Then we could get down to around $20, and that would be here the region of that back then wave 2. A lot of support here, around June and May 2021. So 3 targets I'm looking out for now: $33, $30, and around about $20. At each of these targets, the correction can be finished. At each of these targets, we need to pay close attention to the structure of the chart and the reaction of the price. So it is getting really interesting at the moment. I think there's a high likelihood we drop further, especially as we have not broken any downtrend yet. So what will be important, even if we break out of this channel to the upside, we need to see how is the price structure looking. So if it will be something like an ABC to the upside, then it is very likely the trend hasn't shifted and we will see one more iteration down. Whoops, not in an ABC, but in a 5-wave move down, and that would mean lower lows here. But if we see a first 5-wave move up, then again, maybe we get down to the low of this channel, which actually would be quite likely, $33, and then see here a 5-wave move up, and then ideally also a 3-wave move down with a higher low. That would be textbook-like, and that would be amazing. And then this would be another entry point here. And usually that would then be a wave 1. This would be a wave 2 here, and the wave 2 normally comes down quite a bit again. So this is what we're looking at here. Very interesting at the moment. I'll keep an eye out for you to really get a good understanding when things are changing. Bear in mind, at any point in time, things can change now. And when things can change, it can happen quickly. It can happen really, really quickly. Now, again, I don't think we've seen the low yet across the cryptos. I think we go lower. Even technically, all the requirements are now fulfilled. So even on the shorter time frame, we could say that. But now we're waiting for confirmation. And you need to understand, as soon as the trend is changing, that can be fast. Don't be surprised to suddenly see a 20% upside, 30% upside in a day for certain altcoins. This will then, when the FOMO kicks in, even though when you see the first 10, 20, 30%, it is still very early. It will still be very early. And the questions that will appear will always be the same. Is it now too late to buy Solana? Is it too late to buy Bitcoin? Is it, this is always what is going to happen. So it will be very interesting times ahead here. After we really, there might be a few more bus stops along the way here to the downside before we eventually turn around. But this will then take us back to all-time highs. Should do. Nothing guaranteed, but it should do. All right, that is my view about Solana. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership and maybe even the trading course that I'm currently offering on morecryptoonline.com. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.